and welcome to Las Vegas and the 2016 edition of the Recon Conference. Nick Hernandez is here from Transwestern. Nick, good to see you.
Good to see you as well.
And thanks for the time. When we talk about right-sizing a store footprint, I think I know what that means, but I'm not sure. What exactly are we talking about, and how do you go about doing that?
Well, I think what we're seeing across the industry is a push to make stores smaller, make their footprint smaller, and a lot of that has to do with the effect that the internet's had on retail, and more efficiency in production of goods and services and delivery of goods and services in a quicker fashion. And so I think that's forcing retailers to evaluate the size of their store.
So that means that the retailer really has to be, other than in denial about the power of the internet. And the reason why I say that, I was at a presentation last night where they said only 19% of the major global retailers actually have a profitable omni-channel business, and that there's a lot of denial still out there, which surprised me. Are you saying that they're getting it more?
Well, I think it's important that it all work together, and the most successful websites have come to find out that that a store presence is important.
Right.
I think we're seeing that with most obvious one is Amazon, about to open a retail store.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, what they found out is that people want to experience a brand, and it's hard to do that over the internet.
Yeah.
And you've seen a lot of retailers that have started on the internet now having bricks and mortar stores like Warby Parker and the like.
Always a great example. They've come up a number of times. You're in Houston. Are you seeing a differentiation in that initiative based on market, or is it pretty much across the board? If we're talking Houston, or we're talking Jersey, or we're talking Tulsa, are we talking that same dynamic?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it's pretty much across the board. I think in the more dense urban areas, you're probably seeing a retailer try to hold on to some square footage,
right.
And in the suburban trade areas, maybe not so much. And I think you're also seeing retailers be a lot more careful about store count and cannibalization between their stores. So
between their own stores, right?
Exactly.
In my area, in my neck of the woods on Long Island, I've noticed that whereas a number of years ago you'd have a big box in this end of town and a big box in that end of town replicating each other, cannibalizing each other, now what I'm seeing is that with new retailers coming in, and they tend more toward the fresh foods type of, more upscale, healthy eating type places. They'll go from submarket to submarket and tailor what their product line is.
Absolutely.
Are you starting to see more of that?
Absolutely. With the type of information that retailers have now, they can take their product mix and store size and cater it to a certain market. And in some markets that are very hard to get into, in very dense urban areas, they'll be more flexible with what the footprint of the store looks like.
Interesting. It's an interesting phenomenon to keep track of.
Yeah.
Nick, thanks so much for the time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too. And appreciate you. Thank you for coming by, and thank you for watching Globe Street TV.